I'm going to show you how to add data and create a multi-band composite image that we can work with in ArcGIS. So here you'll see I'm going to add data, and we'll do that with the Add Data button. And I'll just start from the beginning. This is normally what you would open here, and I'm going to look in folder connections, and if you don't have a connection to the folder that you want to open, you need to use the Connect to Folder button right here. You can see it, and that'll allow you to give you a more normal folder set of folders. You'll have access to all the folders on your system, and you'll be able to connect to that folder, and then you'll remain connected to that folder until you disconnect from it, probably in Catalog. And so, this is a system. It's a little different from most applications, but I think it's something you'll get used to as you work along. And when you make connections to folders in Windows 7, it goes into your profile and it stays there. So here's file. I think it's on the desktop. There's Mount Kenya, and you can see here are the 7 channels: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And you can see this is from 1995. 030, which is January 30th. That's a Julian date. And so I'm going to select each of these. I'm going to add all 7 of these channels. And it'll probably ask me if I want to make pyramids or not. It's going ahead and adding them. These are quite large. Each one's about 65 megabytes, so the sum total here is quite large. Okay, there are the 7 channels, and you can see they are displaying in the way they came in. With channel 1 on top, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 is the thermal channel. Those are temperatures emitted from the surface, not reflected values. And channel 7. And we'll talk more about these channels in class. I'm going to go right to making the composite. And we make the composite. Let me turn these all back on. We make the composite in the toolbox. You remember the toolbox possibly from earlier. Turning that on. And in Arc Toolbox, you can see I have it anchored over here. In Data Management Tools, under Raster and under Raster Processing, there is a module called Composite Bands. I'm going to double click on that, and this will open a dialog. And I'm going to do this fairly quickly. There are a number of options that you can use as you do this, but I'm going to input rasters. I'm going to input each of these layers in the order that they're arranged in the table of contents. A little bit slow here. There's 1, 2. We'll go a little faster now. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and these bands are tightly geo referenced, and so they're very tightly they fit together very nicely, less than a meter. And so here is the default output raster that's going to be created. This will be a 7-channel raster image, and I'm going to not touch the environments. There are a number of environments that you can set here and change, or a number of things that you can do, and these are all things that you'll get used to working with as we go forward. I'm going to leave this where it is. I'm going to leave it going to the default geodatabase, which is in my work folder. My default geodatabase is. That's where I've set it. And I'll let her go, and I may shut the video off here while it's running. I'll let it run for a second, maybe time it. Okay, you can see it's It's running, and okay, there you can see it has the procedure has run. It took I don't know, a few minutes, so you know, it's going to take a little bit of time. You have to be patient with it. But so here's the composite image that I created, and this is, you can see it's channel 3 red, channel 2 green, and channel 1 blue. So this is actually a natural color composite. I'll show you what I can do with it here. I'm going to zoom in a bit on Mount Kenya and the Chuka area that where we are working, and you can see here's the brown of the high mountain, and light green, this is a bamboo forest high on the very unique forest type high on the mountain, and then this is just a heavier forest. It's actually a national forest boundary, and then this is all agricultural land out here. It's a very beautiful agricultural area. And I'm going to show you how you might work with this. This is something you're going to get more familiar with. I'm just going to briefly show you how you would work with this, but I'm going to double click the layer and open the properties dialog, and when I do that, I'll be able to access in the symbology tab, I'll be able to access for each color. You can see red, green, and blue. I can access any of the 7 channels. So for red, I'm going to leave it as 3. For green, I'm going to switch that to channel 4, which is a near infrared channel, highly reflective of healthy vegetation. And then blue, I'll just leave 1. So now you can see instead of 3, 2, 1, I have 3, 4, 1. So I have red is a visible channel, blue is a visible channel, and green is a reflected infrared channel. When I apply that, what you're going to see, I haven't seen this yet, but what you're going to see is that all the healthy vegetation is going to get very green here. Let's see what this looks like. Okay. Not bad, huh? You see that? See how that worked? Very, very nice false color composite image enhanced there. So again, you know, this is something that I think you're going to really enjoy working with, and there are many, many possibilities that you can get out of this, you know, this combination of 7 channels here, just with these simple 7 channels. So there you go, color composite.